So we are currently traveling from Arthavis, trying to make it back to Mayfield to see what collateral damage has taken place there in your absence. You know that 2 people have died, 4 people have been injured, but details of those do not seem to be knowable at this time. You have retrieved your cart with all its fixings and have taken off, headed towards Brightfield, which technically there could be business in Brightfield, as well as the infamous Hines, forever after your owl cub, for who knows why, has invited you to a dinner to end it, as I think it said. And that's where you find yourself. It's going to take you, I think we figured out it was going to be about 2.5 days to get to Brightfield, and then like another 2.5 to get home, because things move a little quicker when you don't have terrain to get in your way. I think that's true.
Overcard.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. And that's what are you giggling about?
Fenrir.
Of course. I think it's funny when Odin dies to a beast too. Cool.
Hilarious. It occurs to me that this attack on our town may have been entirely overkill on the part of Silas Creed. He does have resurrection magics, does he not?
We're 100% sure of that.
It was confirmed, right, that he was the one that resurrected me? Like, Aranoa actually knows that?
Sure.
There was a cigarette next to the
yeah.
resurrection site. It was kind
Well,
of...
and did Aranoa have any, like, memory of it or something? I feel like my memory of it is foggy because of time, as well as my hope that she saw him when she dug herself out, I guess.
Oh no, she did not see him when she dug herself out.
Okay. Well, we assume he does. Seems like he's the one who brought me back.
That is my running assumption as well. And that being the case, we did kill his mother, and that's rude, sure. However, you might think he would be able to resurrect her if he still wanted her around.
Depending on how soon he found out.
Yeah, do we know the rules of what all he may be capable of?
I do not. I don't fuck with magic.
Right.
It's my catchphrase. So, that's
From what I understand, you have to get to them within a certain amount of time to stop death from taking hold of their body. And so I think it depends. Do we have any inkling of how long he may have been until he found out?
I don't think we do.
Have we heard any info about him since we've been there?
Apart from assuming that he is the one that attacked the town, I don't believe we do. And how long ago was it that we were in the whatever realm that was? I actually don't remember. Like 3 days?
I don't know.
Well, the whole train trip plus.
Oh yeah, the whole train trip. Well,
Yeah, that's a weird thing to figure out because time is wacky.
yeah,
It's
time
never
is
been a-
wacky.
That's true,
Right.
too.
Yeah,
never
you're
been
right
never
about
been a straight line.
Fair. Yeah, it's really hard to know exactly how long passed between us being in that realm and when the attack occurred.
Well, I guess I should be more specific. Like, you returned from your time gone was only a few hours, right?
When we were there.
Yeah.
When you left and came back, that only took a few hours. You only lost a few hours of time. What I'm saying is, though, this whole time that you've been chasing Silas Creed, it feels like he's always been a few steps ahead of you, a few days ahead of you. Who knows? Like, things have been weird and out of whack. So, who knows?
I guess the question we're asking, though, is how many days was it between us coming back and finding out about the attack on the town? And I think that whole time we spent in our regular time.
That would have been a day or two. A day of when you got on the train. I don't remember if you got on the train that day that you came back.
Or I think it was.
Or if there's a rest. So either way, it would have been the day you came back.
We got back and immediately fought the thing underground and went on the train all in one day?
Maybe there was a rest in between.
I think there's rests in between that. So,
but still, that
is there
means
a
he
rest in
found
between Was there a rest between fighting the swamp, fighting Mama, and fighting that rabbit creature? I'm not sure.
There had to have been. I don't remember it because we were all pretty low on stuff, or not. No, I'm not remembering.
I'm not remembering either. But that all being the case,
a day or two,
right?
For that,
that's fine, and that's perfectly like cromulent for this discussion.
It does feel weird. I would say that it does seem strange because it's almost like this happened before you went to deal with Mama, but the motivations certainly seem like something that took place after Mama. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Following what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, news takes time to travel. So.
We discovered that time is faster in the other realm, right?
You've discovered that time is
wasn't
funky.
The same.
I don't think it's always been
faster.
I don't think it has always been faster. I think it's been slower sometimes too. I think it's been fucky.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just been generally
fucky.
But
either way, it could have, a long time could have passed for him, whereas only a short time passed for us.
Is there any possibility? Well, even that doesn't explain the causality of the event, right? The fact that the retaliation seemed to have happened before and we would have found out after. There seems to be more happening there, as though knowledge from the future, perhaps.
We have more than one enemy. Could it not be, what's his name?
Hines.
Yeah.
Hines does tend to employ people with, and Tower gives Flint kind of a side eye here, peculiar powers.
I have a kind of a bookkeeping question.
Sure.
I think this should be the loot from Mama that I have in front of me, with like a jack-o'-lantern, a wizard's dreidel, that kind of stuff. Did you guys identify these rings? That you had found 2 rings? I feel like you did.
Yeah.
I think there was something that we did identify that you were like, we'll get back to that next time because we're running out of time.
Was it?
I could absolutely be missing.
I remember it coming up, but I don't remember what the information was.
Is there a ring of protection?
That I'm able to do it as a ritual.
Does someone have something written down as twin rings of wonder?
Yes, we have them in our shared spoils.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Yep.
Then that's.
Well, then we should identify that's while we're driving.
Well, you did identify it. If you have them down as twin wings of wonder. No.
Yeah, there's a description in there too.
Okay, good. Yeah. Then we're good. I was looking at it and I was like, oh shit! I remember they were interested, but I don't remember if they identified those. And I didn't want to lose this. So if you got it, then you got it. Because they're pretty cool.
They seems really cool. I have no use for them, of course.
Yeah.
But perhaps 2 of you.
No one else here.
I'm sure that we had this discussion last time.
Probably.
What do these words actually mean?
Oh yeah, we did have that discussion. That could have been the thing too.
That we'll have to figure it out next time.
And then I may not have figured it out next time. Lo and behold.
Sure.
Let me read it again.
Here we are next time. Figuring
that recharge is crazy.
Yeah. But they're
Okay. So what do you mean? Oh, their ability stats.
Stats, right? Exactly. So that would be like their intelligence modifier, or
at that
level. Yeah, that doesn't really. Although,
what does that even mean?
I guess that can get to level 10, so you can cast a level 10 spell if both of them have like a maxed out modifier, because I guess it's based on their spellcasting stat modifier at that point. Unless it's based on their spellcasting stat, which holy shit, then it could be like a 20 plus a 20. So you're casting.
I think what it's supposed to be
is the highest level they can cast at. You combine those.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's supposed to be. And it's certainly easier to track.
And basically, they can upcast whatever spell they want to a super high level once.
So if you have if someone can do a 4th level and someone else can do 5th, then you combine to 9th, right?
Right. But you can only use it 5 times, and it needs to be recharged with Dragonfire, and that's a huge pain in the ass. So Yeah, it's pretty powerful, but not a whole lot of uses, but very useful.
Okay. And furthermore, do they have to both have or know the spell in question, or
I assumed, and I'm not the DM, but I assumed
One spell.
It's one spell. Whoever casts it next, essentially, and they each take an action on one turn, and the next person to cast the spell gets that bonus level upcast.
Yeah, but is it from stuff they already know, or could it be like on a scroll or something?
That's up to Dom. I don't fucking know about
spell.
scrolls.
One
That's interesting.
spell.
So you get a 9th level scroll, and you get 2 casters, and they high five, and they can use that 9th level scroll without rolling, is what we're saying.
and does
Without
the actual
rolling.
casting of the spell cost either caster's spell slots? Like, is
Ooh.
it
That's a
a
good
free
question.
spell out of 5 charges?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
It's not. Yeah, this isn't written to like WotC
No.
specifications as far
No,
as.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
They're not.
so we have
They're
to
not.
figure it. Yeah,
It's a
totally.
super cool ability. Absolutely no verbiage that is accurate.
Right, exactly.
No, it's got to take spell slots from each of you. It has
Oh,
to.
okay,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so you combined, like, can they choose what level of spell slot? So it's not necessarily their highest level spell slot, but they can
Oh, well,
whatever.
I see what you're saying. No, I see what you're saying.
Because I think that's even cooler. That they can choose, like, I'm going to put in a 3rd, I'm going to put in a 4th, we can do a 7th.
Oh,
They combined
like
their 2 spell casting ability stats. Yeah, because this isn't
doesn't make
written
any
very
sense.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to rework this item. Is what we're doing.
Exactly. Because ability stats would be like a level 36 spell. That's literally what the words mean.
I don't know enough about Dragon Ball Z
I almost spit out my drink.
to understand how this is supposed to work, because I know that is like a super move in Dragon Ball Z, right? You touch fingers. What? It's that thing.
Oh, well, that's the fusion dance, what you're talking about, and that would be the
that
two
is even
beings.
further out from this.
That's a whole other thing. Yeah, that's two
Or
beings
something.
combining into one being, and that is a special move, and that's a thing. That's when you touch fingers, and that's how that works.
I feel
Totally
like that
not
this is like doing something like that. Isn't this
Yeah,
a Dragon
You're
Ball Z
referring
thing?
to like
No,
Spirit Bomb, lend me your strength type shenanigans. That sounds
kind
like
of. But yeah, there's no high five
Okay.
involved with Spirit Bomb stuff. This doesn't feel very Dragon Ball Z to me. For what
Okay, I
that's
thought
worth.
it was. All right, I was thinking of that thing the whole time
The fusion
When this
dance,
happened.
which
Mhm,
is super cool. But yeah,
because you're fusing your spells together. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just thought that's into one thing. Okay, let's think this through. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Clearly, we're going to get rid of spellcasting ability stats and we replace that with something else, because that's the part that breaks us all down.
I would say use two magic users wearing these rings high five as an action and choose a level of spell to expend. You add those 2 spell levels together, and on the next turn, the first caster to cast a spell can upcast it to the level equal to the 2 spells sum.
Okay, so what does that mean when they both choose to do 9th level spells?
Nothing. There's no such thing as a spell above 9th level. So
Exactly.
that's why you get to choose. Though that's what my point is. You don't have to expend a 9th level spell slot to use it, but at a certain point, it becomes like, you can't go above 9. That's just the way it works.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, this item wouldn't be as useful to those high level players, but for
is that
low
gonna
levels,
fix it and make it still feel cool?
It still feels no. Okay, what you're doing is super cool, because what you're doing is you're taking like 2 10th level characters who combine their spell slots together like this, can say cast a modify memory spell at 9th level. You get what I'm saying? And that's a whole other kit and caboodle of thing. That's really super fucking cool. It just depends on how the 2 spellcasters decide to use it.
These rings are horrifying.
Yeah.
And you do have to use your whole... You basically use your whole turn to set it up, too.
Oh, these are not... And they can be, but hear me out on this. These are not combat items.
Cast one spell at that level on their next turn.
Yeah, I hear you. And they can happen that can all happen outside of combat. What I'm saying is there's for shit like modify memory. They're for high level healing spells that are impossible, like mass cure wounds, amongst This is all about upcasting low-level spells to do
Mhm.
the most powerful versions of themselves. And that can
Mhm.
happen in combat, but it's much more useful in other situations,
Mhm.
I think.
Okay, so we'll just
That's,
fix that wording.
That's a very bold philosophy to have for somebody within range of a 9th level fireball spell.
There you go. Yeah, that's very fair.
Okay,
Give that
well,
all
we're
the
going to
shit.
fix that wording so that it works that way, because that makes
Cool.
more sense than whatever was written here.
Do
I can
two
word it for you. You
people-
don't have to worry about that. I
No,
got
I know.
Do two people even want to give up an attunement slot each
And there's
for
that.
that rare use
That's a huge
anyway?
fucking
Mhm.
That's a big cost for two high level casters. Even that's another reason why it's an outside of combat thing. If you do it outside of combat, you can plan when to unattune to what items and when to cast the spell, and then reattune later
Sure.
to whatever
Yeah,
you want.
like we're going to face this. We know we're going to face this really big bad.
Mhm.
Let's plan this specific action or something.
Let's upcast a 9th level utility spell that's going to buff us all, and then and that's going to last all day or whatever, and then unattune and reattune to whatever item we want. It's brilliant. There's a lot of great uses for it.
Okay,
People who fuck with magic will figure it out. That's not me.
it's fixed.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't
And
really work
clarified.
if there's only one person who fucks with magic.
Yeah,
There's more than one though.
great point.
There's definitely more than one. I think Shraw has leveled spells. I think doesn't Flint
But
have
does
leveled
that
spells?
count?
I have, but I had a really
You're a
dumb
spellcaster.
thought.
Yeah.
A spell
Wait,
is a spell is a spell.
How did I do it?
Magic initiate.
So my dumb thought.
Right.
I have a dumb thought.
Yeah, I want to hear your dumb thought.
Wearing the ring as a paladin and being able to get a 9th level smite.
Yes, totally.
Which by rules as written is also not a thing. But
Right. But why not?
But by God. No, it specifies I can only cast up to like a 5th level.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if I were to multi-class, it explicitly says, no, only a 5th level slot at best.
If you multi-class, this is a wondrous item. I don't know.
No, like the ability specifically states it can only give a maximum of like so many d8s. I get hard caps.
God only loves you so much.
I can only channel so much of God's might.
Cool.
Where
That's
were
resolved.
we before all
Yeah, what are we doing now?
You
I
are
believe we are spending about 3 days worth of travel.
2.5 till you get to the Brightwood fork, if you will, like the road that leads to Brightwood, the road that continues to Mayfield. You have 2.5 days before that point, and then you have like another 2.5 days to get home proper.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
And so I would ask, in that time, is there anything you want to try and do on your journey?
I'm training in athletics. Got to get there eventually.
I want to try to teach Ursaula a trick.
You're tracking that, right?
I am
Tower?
definitely tracking that. Yes.
Excellent. Teaching Ursaula a trick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Something that can be done in the cart, obviously. I can't like be teaching her how to roll over or anything.
Well, what's the trick?
Maybe like shake, but instead of shake I'll say like pound it. Or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
Put her there. That's what I'll say. Put her there.
Oh, put her there is good, but I
Oh.
like pound it for miraculous. But put her there is better. You're right.
Okay. Oh, so like a not like a trick,
But-
like a
Like
trick
shake.
for fun.
But yeah, that's it. That's just.
When you said trick, I thought you meant like I want to teach her to trip or something like that.
A combat trick. I hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, this is less mechanical. This.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get good at working with animals. I don't need to push that hard.
I understand. Okay. I would say make an animal handling check to see if you can get Ursula to do what you want.
Oh, certainly.
Oh, should not have had.
It's still not an overnight situation. But that I will count that as a success towards getting her to consistently. Excellent.
Cool.
I'm going to use this travel time for hours towards animal handling.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how many hours is that we can put.
Oh, for her
Because
trick.
I'm assuming that's what me teaching her that trick is also me trying to gain animal
Oh, I got you. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I'm just
But
putting
just
the
in
flavor
character.
on
Yeah,
it.
it's
Mhm.
nice.
I understand. In that
But-
case, I mean, you can usually, if you're not doing anything important during the day's travel, I think you can use a few hours to do it, 4 to 8, assuming nothing goes wrong. If you really want to work that long at it,
A day? Okay.
not a full day. No, I said like you got to sleep
4
too.
to
So
8
like
per day.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
And we're
that's what
doing
we've done
3
in the
days.
past. 2.5
2.5. Got
for the first leg of the journey.
it. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm also going to ask any which one of you just to roll a d20 for me as well.
I want it.
Do it.
Interesting choice. Okay.
Why'd you choose that?
I didn't mean to choose it, honestly.
Mhm. It's a peaceful journey. Weather is acceptable. It's a little warmer, but other than normal woodland creatures you'd expect to see on this journey as you head out of the plains and get into the forest region towards Brightwood, yeah, it's been pretty peaceful. Peaceful nights, unless you really want to do something.
Nope.
But if you don't, I will say that you will see Brightwood's, the road, and you can see it's not a long ass road. Like you can literally see Brightwood kind of off the path, like the road that leads down. You can see it in your view.
Whew. Getting close.
And I suppose I did say this would be around the time that the letter was addressed for, and you can choose to ignore it. You can choose to pursue it. Entirely up to you.
I believe we are on a rush home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for Hines' shenanigans.
You don't have to know. Keep moving.
I do
Because
fear
that's on
that.
the return trip.
Right, that's fair. I just do fear that he will stay after us. He's very persistent. I wonder if it would save time in the long run. But his timing is just so poor.
Come to think of it, in all fairness, we better check ourselves for random strangers with malicious intent.
Go ahead.
Are you passing by Brightwood?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to give it a bit of a berth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not close per se.
Yeah.
I want, as you pass by, going down the road towards Mayfield, Flint and Tower, I want Constitution saves, please.
I felt something coming. I was gonna ask if I can feel something, but I guess I can.
Oh no.
So I should not have advantage on that, I think.
That's okay. Flint, you feel a wince of pain. Tower, you practically, if it's possible for a creature like you, double over from some weird circuitry going awry within you, as you feel a stronger feeling than you've ever felt from individuals you've encountered in the past, emanating from the town itself.
Oh, damn it.
That's weird.
He's
Indeed, it
packing
was
more
weird.
of us.
What happened?
It's like Hines found another person with the weird abilities.
Not just one. That is a crazy, noisy, bizarre town.
I'll see what you did there.
Do you
sure
think it would
there's more
help
than
to?
one?
I know, not 100%, but I've never felt something like that. Have you?
Oh, it did a number on you, didn't it?
And just to be fair, you've only encountered like one person at a time before.
Right. So that's just Tower's assumption. Tower makes assumptions, jumps to conclusions sometimes.
Yeah, sure. I'm just clarifying situations so that
Yeah.
you have all the information that you can.
For sure.
That's it. I mean, you weren't driving, so there's no
fair.
course correction.
Yeah.
Well, damn it all, if we feel them, they feel us, probably.
You're not wrong about that, and if it is what I suspect, and there's multiple of them in there, then you and I traveling together give off a stronger signal than one of us traveling alone would.
Any
Whatever
which
that's
way,
worth.
everybody keep your eyes open and prepare for the worst.
And you continue on, I assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 2.5 day journey to get home. Can I get another D20?
Not me this time.
I got it.
Okay. How do I do this? Do it just like this.
That cut out,
Great.
but he was laughing.
Yeah, because I'll just tell you what I've been doing. Like, I've been making you guys roll, and then I roll against it to see who rolls higher. And then if I roll higher than you, then maybe something happens, you know?
Okay.
And I thought, I was like, he rolled a 5. Odds are something's about to go down. I rolled a 1. Another peaceful road. The memory of that situation behind you fades, but maybe not forgotten. I'm sure that's probably unsettling. Breaking free after a day or two's travel out of the woods that kind of cut through your pathway back out into the open plains, you can see the tricklings of the river that runs
Through it.
partly through the veil. Yeah, I was avoiding it. Towards Raven's Hill, you can see it in the distance, and you can see the faintest outline through the quivering heat. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look on the horizon of the Mayfield's entryway, just out there in the distance.
Anything unusual that we can tell from this distance?
Make a perception check.
Whoa.
What you see, Shra?
The last time you were here, there was carriages galore outside. It's pretty back to normal right now, for lack of a better term. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of commotion, at least at the front. Like I said, it's from where you're trying to spy on it now. It's off in the distance a good ways, so you can't like see into the town much, but you can tell that there aren't any wagons or horses or anything parked out front.
Rather than looking forward, Tower will do as it's done since we last passed Brightfield, right? Yes. And look backward, looking out for enemies that might be following us, trying to feel anything within itself that would say that someone weird might be nearby, that kind of thing.
Someone weird. What you got against weirdos?
You know what I mean. Just want to make sure we're not being followed. Is kind of the idea.
Cool. I was about to ask something else too, and I totally forgot. What was it? Go ahead and make that perception check, Tower. Somebody asked. Wow. Did somebody else ask something?
My God.
Did somebody else ask something?
What was it? Was I going to tell you something?
Me? When I asked what the place looked like?
No, I told you that.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything else other than me and Tower.
Yep. So never mind about that. Okay. Based on that perception and what you're trying to do, you don't feel anything. Looking out towards the wooded area, you do catch some kind of movement out there. Could be nothing.
Yeah, sure. As it's probably a quieter ride than it has been in the past due to, the levitation and whatnot, Tower will kind of whisper that to its group. Could be nothing.
Aranoa looks. Will she recognize anything? She's very familiar with these woods.
Recognize anything? What do you mean?
Like what? If it's an animal, what kind of animal it is? If it's
based on like the height of the shape.
Something that is normally in those woods, or like that she would be able to understand what it's doing there.
You go ahead and make a perception check with advantage, because Tower's trying to help point out where they saw what was going on.
I'm gonna add my. Oh wait, can I do it here? No, not that one. Where is it? I'm so sorry. Not knowledge from a past life. This is an ability check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my flash of genius to add my intelligence modifier. So that's +4.
18.
So now it's 18.
You kind of scan that area where Tower kind of pointed out, and you don't see any movement. But when you look at a tree kind of partway in the woods, you swear you can almost see the silhouette of a humanoid creature. But the longer you look at it, the more the tree starts to twist and bend, and it kind of blurs your vision, so you look away, and when you look back, it's gone.
We have to go see what that was.
Do we know these woods to like have trees that move or anything? I mean, other than our normal moving, like not just swaying. Yeah.
It depends. The more southwest you go, the weirder shit gets.
So sometimes around here, trees are known to move on occasion.
I mean, not like that.
Okay, fair enough.
I have to know what that was. Arano is gonna. If we're not going that way, I'm going.
Should Tower be the one to check it out, or you feel good? Usually, you're just our scout. That's why I say that, because
True.
get back quickly.
Right, and I am perfectly fine doing that. If we want to slow down the cart here, we're real close to town. But I'm willing to take a look.
You all can go ahead.
No, if we're going to check it out, I believe we should check it out as a group. Sheriff, do you mind getting our minds all hooked up?
Any mind link coming right up?
It's been so nice to not have to have that for a while.
Oh.
You can just talk out loud.
And in your mind, you hear, it does feel something of an invasion to be able to just put the thoughts in your head.
Mind rape.
Yes,
I mean, you can't really turn your ears off.
it's a fair point.
Wow.
But for now,
Well, maybe you could. I'm not sure.
I have never wanted to.
I could look into that if you were interested, but obviously you're not.
I
I'd be
don't
really
know.
sad if that was the case.
I honestly don't know why I would ever not want to be hearing and seeing everything I possibly could. That's all valuable information.
True.
Speaking of,
Let's
Tower runs in the other direction stealthily towards
Naruto run.
Oh, make a stealth check.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, I get an advantage on stealth checks because of my cool shoes. Doesn't seem to matter
Okay.
at this point. But yeah, looking at, trying to perceive anything in the direction.
And where this is happening is well before you're even near Aranoa's shop, because I feel like Aranoa's shop is kind of outside and towards the woods,
yeah.
but it's not even there.
Sure.
Yeah,
It-
but Aranoa
it's-
grew up in this area,
Yeah.
going
Mhm.
to
Oh,
and
yeah.
from, so she's very familiar with all the woods in the
That
general
is
area.
that is totally fair. I'm just trying to give it some like grounded
Sure.
location.
I hear
Yeah. You still have like another 10 minutes before you make it to the gates of Mayfield, like
Mhm.
from where you are, and this is behind you a good like 500 feet. Does that
Sure.
make any sense?
Yeah, it's gonna
Uh,
take a minute to get out there. A few rounds. About a minute, yeah, actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
But yeah, you can cut your way through the plains. There's not much cover out here, but as in terms of stealth, but you feel quiet about it.
Yeah.
As you reach like the forest line and kind of make your way into the trees where this has all been kind of pointed out.
I'm not seeing anything yet, but I will let
There's
you
of
know.
course woodland sounds, perhaps you'll see a woodland deer kind of in the area. If you want to be more specific about that, you can go ahead and make an investigation to see if there's anything of interest.
As it's investigating, Tower will stealthily kind of approach the deer in a friendly manner as well. Just, doing its Disney princess thing with nature.
Just make an animal handling for fun as well.
Yeah, sure.
The deer will be interested. It will touch its muzzle to the end of your outstretched hand, but when it does connect, it will dart off into the woods. Unfortunately, is it the distraction of the deer? Who knows? But you're not really finding anything of interest in this area.
I kind of report back that as well, and I'm thinking I'm going to make a loud sound, and that way if it's something that is violent and looking to attack, it might come after me.
I'm on my way over there now.
Oh, no, don't worry.
If you're
about
making a loud sound, then why wouldn't we make
it'll be
loud sounds on
fine.
our way? No.
It'll be and Tower pulls out
Arano
a
is walking.
gun. Tower
Arano
pulls
is
out
running.
a gun and points it in the
You're trying
air.
to cause trouble.
Perhaps. Are we not here looking for trouble and trying to take care of whatever trouble might
Not
be here?
trouble.
Well, we want to protect others from trouble. We're the trouble
Sure.
solvers,
Well,
I believe.
I didn't assume it was trouble, I guess.
Well, that's fair. Perhaps I shouldn't scare it away. And Tower holsters its gun again.
Arano is still running.
Okay. You can make it to the woods, no problem.
Great.
Hey,
Hi. Did Shaw and Flint just stay there? They didn't come with?
nah.
Y'all, what?
Well, there's nothing out here, it seems.
Can I do a perception check around to see if I see any
You can do an
sign
investigation.
of any sign of what it was that I saw?
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I am leaving advantage on, or why that was on again. It's very true.
Frankly,
Well,
at
if you
this
look
point,
over
I'm
here-
probably going to stop or turn the wagon around at this.
How's maneuverability in the floating wagon versus the regular on the ground wagon? Is it sharper turning, or does it have to go wide?
Well, there isn't much traction. It lists a little bit, depending on how fast you're going. But ultimately, probably easier and little sharper in a lot of cases because you don't have big wheels that need to on an axis. So it's doable. Cool. It's just a little strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume our maneuverability is as good as the horse's maneuverability, which probably hasn't changed all that much.
That's fair.
But overall, I feel like it's a little more akin to a boat now with a little bit better turning ability. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Like a boat on water.
Yeah.
By gods, is that multi-horse drifting?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that question. There's an investigation check, and I apologize.
There was, and it's the 12 instead, right?
Yep. Oh, wait. I'm going to add my knowledge from a past life, and I'm going to add a 4 to it. This is 16 now.
And that's unless Tower can also help now that they're both out here, pointing out, well, I've already looked there. You probably shouldn't do that, or whatever.
That is true. So I'm going to call this a 21 instead, since you already rolled an advantage. That being said, Tower pointing out all the places that are wrong, you do end up noticing a feather, and you, as you said, you have lived in these woods. You don't recognize this feather from any bird in the region. It's black, and the ends... One second, I need to review something before I give you this answer.
For sure, take your time.
But that means I would need to actually find wherever the hell that thing is.
Weird bird.
Oh man, I don't remember the colorations. I think it has... The tips are purple at the end.
That makes me think of the one guy. Oh, fuck.
Silas?
No.
Oh, the
one that Hines hired, right?
Oh.
Sorry, I was doing a marijuana. I had the name written down. Give me a second. Oh, marijuana, you're so good.
I'm not answering because I'd rather you guys...
You mean Ray Rin, the soul leader?
Retain the information than me.
I'm wearing his armor! Him!
Right. Of course.
And looking down, there are little feathers and bits on your armor.
Ariel holds it up to her armor and points between the two.
It matches, but it's different in that it looks like a fletch.
Oh.
Got it.
Recently made.
Oh.
Yeah. This is not a good sign.
I do not feel him nearby as I did before.
Yeah, but wasn't he able to... Didn't he do something weird where he was... Yeah, he took us to a different dimension, so maybe he's popping in and out of dimensions. Or whatever we call them.
Some kind of plane hopper and hiding himself using that power. Very interesting.
It would explain why 1 second he was there and the next he wasn't when I was expertly looking at the woods.
Yeah, I convey that. Well, I imagine we're all conveying these messages in our mind at this point. Well,
and we can start heading back too.
Yes, at that point, yeah. Now that we know probably what it is, and that it can really appear at any time and kind of anywhere, based on what we know about this ability. And it could be that we're already in a different plane right now.
Could be, yeah. Could have already happened. You're right. Oh man.
Head back to the party and get back on the
cart. Allow yourself to become aware of the strangeness of the dream.
Sweet.
But, yeah, we need to be on alert. Anytime, any place. This soul leader. Did we not come to a kind of accord with the soul leader last time?
I'm pretty sure that we agreed to let bygones be bygones after everything.
Some more gold was given, and he does not remember the lessons that we taught.
Maybe it's personal this time. Or it could be something completely unrelated.
Maybe he's here to help.
At any rate, you find yourselves at the gates of Mayfield. The sign that lovingly displays that name. You see parts where there's char. As you look through...
Sorry. Popped out of me.
I'm sorry as well. You got me. I wasn't expecting it.
As you look down the thoroughfare of this town, and you can see, it's a small town, you can see all the way back to the Lazy Minstrel. No one is out and about. If we really want to go full cinematic, this is the time where the tumbleweed would blow through the middle of the street.
Home sweet home.
This is unusual, yes.
I
For
mean,
when we left it, yes, but not for usual.
well, even for usual, like the town's small, but people are out and about. Stuff
Fair
still
enough.
goes on.
Somewhere between the tourism boom and there being people that live here, this is awful quiet.
Perhaps we should check in at the station? That's not a station. What the fuck is it? Jailhouse?
Yeah, that is the first place that I
Yeah.
am driving to.
Who's crossing this threshold first? The threshold being the town line.
Wouldn't it be the horses?
Mercury, yeah.
Okay, who in the party is crossing this threshold first?
I think that's
Although-
Flint. Just
I
based
keep
on
forget-
seating.
I
But,
keep
like,
forgetting
you
there's
guys-
always a fucking class clown that has to just ruin the whole lesson.
I did
mean, I
realize
would
that
try-
could be wrong because not all of them are attached to the cart, yes, or are they?
Oh, that's
I don't
true.
care
Are
about the
you-
horses. I
True.
care about the four of you.
No, I know, but I'm
But
just
no, this is
saying
important,
if
this is
people are
important.
riding separately,
They could
they
be
can
ahead.
be riding ahead of the cart.
Arano is
Yeah.
riding in the cart. She's been working with Ursula. So
Tower is
Blossom
also-
is hitched up to the back of the cart.
Mercury
Did we
is pulling
need-
the cart.
And being dragged by a floating horse in the
Ow.
cart.
No, doesn't Blossom have horseshoes also, or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, did you guys
They
get
all do.
horseshoes for everybody? That makes
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we got them for all of them.
Well, party
Because
horse.
Shraw tends to ride a horse generally, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that wrong?
Yeah, but
So,
did we
yeah.
need all of these horses for the cart, or just
No,
Oh,
I think
no.
it's
it's
two.
a two.
okay?
And
Then I'll
Mercury
be
is always
riding
on the
separately.
cart. Yeah. Mercury is constantly pulling the cart, as far as I'm concerned, because Tower
You have
is
2
always
horsepower.
in the
Yeah,
cart.
it was Flint's and Towers, from what I
So-
remember.
Do you think then? So, am I the only one riding not on the cart?
I believe so.
Do you think I should go ahead of the cart, or
I don't think anybody would have told Shraw. I think it's up to Shraw.
Yeah. Where would
I mean, I
Shra
probably would have been riding alongside so I could be talking, like even with.
That being the case, you'd probably be a bit back from Flint because you'd be more even with the cart then, right? And Flint's
Mhm.
right at the front of the cart, maybe?
Yeah. So Flint.
I accept.
ride?
So Flint. Excellent. Oh. We're still okay.
That is a
Oh,
sequence of miscellaneous grunts I am not happy about.
I clicked on the wrong thing. I clicked on a horse and then I was confused. Okay.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, no. As you cross the town line, you are quickly alerted as a bullet
That cut
hits the
out.
side. Oh, imagine bullet sound
Yeah.
as it pinks off the cage of the jail cart. As this bullet has missed you, Flint. Quickly, you see a familiar gnome running out of Warren's piece, holding a rifle. I'm sorry.
The fuck?
Check your fire! Check your fire!
Since when did you carry a gun? Oh, no, this is a wrong person.
This is where you bought the guns from in the first
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Your first
I'm
guns.
I'm tripping.
Warren's piece is the general store.
Yeah,
and
I was
Warren
thinking of
is
the
the
wrong.
general
Yep,
owner.
thinking the totally wrong person. I'm trying to, remember back. It's been a minute.
Who are you thinking of?
The owner of the tavern.
Ah, gotcha. The half.
Yes, which
Halflings.
Halflings.
But I do see it's 9:13, so I think Warren coming out holding his rifle in a apologetic way is where we can leave it, I suppose.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yep, that's that flute meme.
Beep 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 beep. You're so adorable.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh man, the music's all messed up now. Now I'm doing My United States of Whatever over it. It's a remix.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm
We're
gonna turn off
here.
recording. Yeah, we're here. We're home. We're gonna find out who died next time, probably.
Oh no.
Yeah.